So I'd like to go through your Kette Junzuki. It's Kette Junzuki because it's two combinations put together. Yeah, it's not Geri Zuki, it's Kette Junzuki. So obviously take our Junzuki stance. When we do a keri, we need to stand on this one leg because we're going to be standing balanced. So we need to try, because if I was normally doing a keri, I would take tate seishan, because from there it's straight. If we're in a Zenkutsu stance and we do a keri, then it comes off the center. That's why if it's just a one keri, then we take a tate seishan. But here, we're in a Junzuki stance. This is the basic form of building the technique up to a maegeri Tomakuzuki or a maegeri Nagashizuki. So when you're first learning, then, to use a Zenkutsu stance, then that's fine. So you might see the keri come slightly inboard. So what I'm trying to compensate for is to turn in my hip in, bending my knee, and this hip, it's not this separate pulling the heel in, it's combined with this. Here. So again, without my arms at the moment, hip transitioning the heel, not one without the hip. Here. And at the same time, as soon as you start doing the keri, you need to start lifting this foot, because the keri is starting as soon as you move this foot, or as soon as you start moving into your technique. And again, you should be rolling your hips in for the keri. So, heel, hips, heel, lift. I've seen so many people compromise the keri because they're standing in this position rather than a fighting stance. So, too many times I tried to keep this and not move the hip. This isn't flowing. This is my hip keeping straight because this arm's out. Most probably their instructor says you've got to kick underneath the fist. Yeah, but the fist can move. The hip can move. I've kept my fist there in the center, but all I need to do is just relax this arm. Relax it. Not keep it rigid. You're compromising the keri. These are two techniques that are put together. Not one technique where you got 30% of a maegeri and 70% of a punch. It should be 100% of maegeri and 100% of Junzuki. Not compromising one or the other. So you need to relax. Relax, let your body move into a natural position for the maegeri. Roll your hip in. Then do a good zuki. Also, when you're doing the zuki, seeing a lot of this. They do the kick and just basically drop down. Your zuki, your Junzuki, is a projection forward of your body. Junzuki is not this. Just dropping your foot down. It is your body projecting forward. So when it comes to Kette Junzuki, kick, just get that push, not push, just that glide in your body forward. So you haven't compromised the Zuki with just putting your foot down on the maegeri. So maegeri, you drop it down. On this maegeri, one, get it back to the center. Then kamishite, rice paper thickness. So it's two techniques. One's not compromising the other. Yeah, you're working with your body, but you have to put your body in the right place, not force it. So again, heel, knee, knee, hip, heel. Then your Junzuki with it projecting forward. Whoosh. So the next natural progression from Kette Junzuki is maegeri Tomakuzuki. So this time we can take tate seishan stance. Because we want to walk, we want to progress along the center line. So all the principles about a maegeri. Then forward and push to get your projection going forward for the Tomakuzuki. I'll explain why in a sec. So here, there are two schools of thought. One, you change your guard, and then you punch from, you do your Zuki from here. The other one, which I prefer, is I don't change the guard. I keep this guard here. And then I use my hip with the torsion going in. So here, here, maegeri, and push forward. The reason why we need to push forward is to do with mai and ma'ai, distance. Okay, so with the help with Kash, I'm going to try and describe or make you try to describe the reason why we need to push forward after the maegeri when you're doing maegeri Tomakuzuki. So if we go into our fighting stance, yeah, I want to push forward because we're in fighting distance. I need to push forward to go into my maegeri, to go into keri distance. If I land and just Zuki here, which looks great when you're just doing a renraku waza, but as soon as you put somebody in front of you, you totally understand now why you need to push forward to get into your Zuki distance. So, I push forward, maegeri. I need to then push forward to get into my Zuki distance. Let's show you again. So here, push forward, moves back. Then, that's quite a distance, but it doesn't matter. Then you push forward and out. Whoosh. That was quite good because that made me work for my Tomakuzuki. And that's what you need to do. You need to adjust your distances, not just keep to, one particular distance. Yeah, because you can fighting distance. The other thing is you can do this really with Nagashizuki, but you can try it here. It's come up, so we'll do it here. So from here, pushing forward. Yeah, now if you stop where you are, okay, so here, Kash knows I can actually reach him from here. Stop where you are. I'm not going to punch you, okay, but here. Now take a little bit more of a distance back. Now it's a little bit more challenging. Yeah, I've got to really push, not this. That shortens my range and makes me very vulnerable. So I need to push here. And I can still quite comfortably do the Zuki. Stop there. Now I'm back here. So Kash thinks, nah, he ain't going to punch me from here. You need to try this. But again, down and push forward. Here. Believe it or not, I just reached you. Okay? Okay, we're on the limits now, but totally does not believe that I'm going to be able to punch him. So, here, push with your hip. Make sure you bring your back leg with you. Yeah? And push. Push. I'm not doing another one. Thank you. So when you're doing your Tomakuzuki, just try that. Try different distances. Yeah, find out where your extremities are. Because it's a lot further than you think. Yeah? Push. Thank you.